What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Sorry for the delay. Landrum and I were kicking a soccer ball down the hallway, getting warmed up for tonight's big match in San Francisco, Santa Clara to be exact. USA taking on Bosnia. Big game. We will spend a little bit of time talking about it. Jam-packed show on tap for you. Hope everyone is staying cool out there. It's one of those typical miserable summer days in the deep south. Humid. Feels like you put your head in the oven.
Yeah, it felt so good inside my house. And I walked out to come to the station, and I was sweating before I got to the truck.
Yeah.
Good lather up. Yep.
Very much so. Brian Edwards, Vegas Insider. Man, he's coming off an incredible line that he posted last week in which he had Hastings as a minus 280 favorite against Conrad. Man, that paid off big time.
That's the reason there's big buildings in Las Vegas. Those guys are normally on top of it, and I was very impressed with the limited knowledge that he had, the background. Now, he had a little bit of extensive background on Conrad, but not much from Hastings. I wonder if he had some of that insider information that Hastings divulged at the end of the competition, where Hastings let us know that his dad was a history teacher. Does that go into how they figure these things?
That's helpful.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Definitely doesn't hurt.
Very helpful. Wimp Sanderson, typically on with us on Friday. He will be on today since we will not be here on Friday celebrating the 4th of July. Ben Portnoy from the Sports Business Journal. He'll be on the program coming up at 11:30. He's got an interesting article. He covers, obviously, the business side of college sports. Very interesting article about the sponsorship patches. We had an announcement yesterday with Wisconsin going with Culver's. Washington State late yesterday afternoon. They've got a tribe there in Washington State that is going to sponsor them. So he's got some ideas of what potentially could be on the horizon. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek column, but we'll talk to him about the business side of sponsorships in college sports. And one of Conrad's favorite guests of all time will be on this show at 12 noon. That is SEC Mike. Michael Bratton will join the program from that SEC podcast.
Which fan base is he drawing the ire of this offseason?
Early on, it appears that the Texas fans are not very happy with him.
Yes, he posted a very interesting video that we'll get him to elaborate on. I believe it was last week, kind of giving his early predictions on the Longhorn season, not maybe aligned with what a lot of other people would have for Texas.
It was 6-6, right?
That was what he posted on his Twitter account. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear him explain through the 6-6. It seems a little bit low to me, but I'm like Michael. I haven't crowned them a national champion yet.
Yeah, not yet. What's going on outside?
I was about to ask the same question.
Like, I pull up and there's a big crane in the, your vehicle and my vehicle, we're like in. It
sounds like an angle grinder that somebody's running, but I can't really tell because I've got headphones on.
It's right next to me,
and
Pat.
it's muffled. It almost sounds like a chainsaw too.
Is this air conditioning? Are they putting air conditioning on top of the building? Is that what they're doing?
That'd be fantastic.
I don't think it's for our floor,
it's
though.
Literally right here. Yeah. Yeah,
maybe they're helping somebody off the roof.
I was wondering if y'all would park on the other side today, just in case of.
No, I parked
debris
further down towards the mailboxes.
Okay, yeah, smart.
I parked next to Landrum, so either my car will be destroyed or Landrum's.
Our insurance agent's going to hate us at the end of the day.
Yeah. Hey,
or that company's
crane.
Yeah. That's a big old crane. No, there's nothing left. You can call a SIPCO and say, are you taking 2 crushed cars?
Yes. How much can we get for this this metal? Whatever's left. Well, now your vehicle's got a lot of metal.
Yeah, it does.
Yours is old school.
Yeah, it was built right though.
Yeah.
Not this newfangled,
a lot of plastic,
prancy plastic, straight from China.
Now mine wasn't.
Okay.
Mine was good. Mine was good old American steel.
We got a lot of stuff that's made from China.
Yeah,
in China.
So late yesterday afternoon, finally, thank goodness, it has officially come to an end as Brendan Sorsby and the NFL Players Association, they have all worked out a situation where he is not going to litigate. Like, he is calling it quits. He is not going to go after the NFL for not having a supplemental draft. In a memo sent to all 32 teams about the supplemental draft, Sorsby says now that he will concentrate on his day-by-day getting better. Obviously, he was in a rehab facility for his gambling addiction, so he is going to concentrate on that, and then he will make himself available for the 2027 draft, which is a very smart move on his behalf, because when the NFL kind of gives you a blueprint, when they send out a press release on what he should do, it's probably a pretty good idea to follow what the commissioner in the league wants you to do, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, and at least you know that there's a chance, and the NFL hasn't shut down any possibility of you ever being a part of that league, but you were never going to win that lawsuit. You knew you weren't. And what was that going to do in your chances of getting to the NFL? Probably was it going to help you. Not saying that would be anything that was ever said, but internally I could see that working against you.
It would probably be in his best interest, and I know it might be difficult and the story will continue, but if we didn't hear from Brendan Sorsby until, I don't know, February, I feel like that might be a good strategy for him moving forward. Just keep your head down, go to work, and
stay out of trouble.
Pop back up around Pro Day, Combine time.
I think you do one CBS morning type interview, national interview, if somebody wants to house it on a Sunday morning later. Like you're saying, maybe 5-6 months down the road.
Yeah. Before the draft process and all that begins.
See, I am curious.
But be very open.
Now that he is not part of the Texas Tech program officially, do they still have all those things on his phone and his computers? Are they the ones
tracking?
Yeah, they're the ones that's like trying to make sure that he's living up to his rehab.
Well, if he's got a good attorney and some good people in his ear, that'd be the first thing that I'd be telling him is, look, even if they're not, and that's not a requirement, we're going to document and log every single second of his phone records.
Because teams are going to ask for that.
Sure they are. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and be proactive and say, look, we realize that this is an issue and this is what we're providing.
So did you watch any of the World Cup when you got home yesterday?
Absolutely. I'm watching World Cup every day.
So tonight is a big one. USA versus Bosnia. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff from Santa Clara. Bosnia is ranked 61 in the world. They produced the second fewest expected goals of any knockout stage team. See, I'm talking like I know soccer.
Yeah, you are. Keep going.
Well, you got the kit on and everything.
This is
That's right.
very impressive.
Yeah, me and Landrum's got the kit on, ready for tonight's game. The only team with a lower output is Paraguay, and we know how that turned out against Paraguay. Bosnia finished behind Switzerland and Canada in Group B. Bosnia had the third fewest entries into the opponent's 18-yard box. Scoring opportunities, and the lowest of any team that advanced in the round of 32. Hence the reason why the U.S. is a huge Vegas favorite against them tonight. They are right now currently minus 600 on the money line against Bosnia.
Pretty impressive with your knowledge in this preview. I have, too, been previewing to get ready for tonight's match versus Bosnia. I don't know if you guys have heard. This is apparently pretty big in the soccer world, this podcast. Just take a listen, and you tell me that this isn't some good intel.
The World Cup just screwed over the United States. I checked the bracket, and we are set to become the first team ever to have to play 2 countries in the first round of the World Cup. We have to play both Bosnia, and we have to play Herzegovina. This is an absolute disgrace. No, I looked it up. No team has ever had to play 2 countries in the first round of the World Cup, and we are going to be the first ones to do it.
Tell me I'm not dialed in.
Herzegovina? Was that?
Herzegovina.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's how they say it in their natural tongue over there. Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah. So we have our podcast and our folks that cover the SEC.
Like, you play 45 minutes against Bosnia.
Correct. And then Herzegovina comes in. And
they come in, half. All new unis, all new color scheme. In all seriousness, breaking down this particular matchup, we have a pretty good advantage all over the field as far as athleticism. They're not going to be able to go athlete to athlete. But midfield is where we could truly have the advantage. And some of those runouts, Look for that early. Also, for the people saying, well, they can just play them like Turkey played them and spread them out. Bosnia can't do that. Bosnia is very organized, very gritty. But the United States, if they play the way that they should, then this should be a multiple goal win.
That was a good breakdown of how the first half will go against Bosnia.
Yes. Herzegovina.
Yeah.
Not so sure. That's what I've gathered.
The so-called soccer experts, they say that the United States has a 71% chance of winning tonight and marching on to the round of 16. I was also reading some of these soccer experts, and they say that a loss tonight by the United States would be the biggest failure in U.S. soccer history. U.S. has a better lineup, a deeper bench, and they're playing on American soil. So you got all those things going for you, and you don't win.
No pressure.
They say. Now, that's not coming from me. This is not coming from a sports talk show host in Birmingham, Alabama. This is coming from these soccer experts that do this every single day. They say that this would be the biggest failure in U.S. soccer history if they lose tonight to Bosnia.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to think about how many. We've had some failures in the past, some disappointments, but I'll take them at their word that this would be, golly. So this is, if we're going college football playoff, this is Oregon versus James Madison from last year.
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Jamie, you put up some points.
Yeah. Yeah. But we got a bunch of Dante Moores.
That's right.
They do not.
The USA has only won one knockout game in the history of the World Cup.
Well, you know what? Mexico just made history by advancing. They played really well over Ecuador.
The equator is there, so yeah.
It is.
It is there.
I have some friends that went to Ecuador. They said it was great, but where they went, you get there, and then the trip really begins.
I went on a mission trip there.
Yeah.
When I was 17.
Long plane flight, and then about 12 hours in a bus on rocky roads.
Yep, rode up in a chicken truck to the top of a mountain to help out a village. Yep. Got to go to the equator, though. That was cool.
How was that
hot.
chicken truck?
Terrifying when it's a 12-year-old driving you up a mountain in a chicken truck and you have nothing to do but hang on to a bar that's in the middle of the back of the truck. But hey, they know what to do. They have practice.
Yeah, they grow up quick over there, don't they? A lot of other
Apparently
countries, they grow up pretty quick.
You
discover that.
Don't really have a choice.
No.
It's interesting because
You're a grown man.
Yeah.
coming up in just a little bit, I think about 45 minutes, England is playing over in Atlanta. And I know England is suffering a heat wave right now. Can you imagine those British fans going from Boston, where they played their last game, and now they're in Atlanta, Georgia, walking around Mercedes-Benz Stadium outside prior to their game coming up at 11 o'clock? Can you imagine those fine folks? And it even gets better for them. They're a huge favorite today. I mean, they're a bigger favorite in this game that they're playing coming up at 11 o'clock than the United States is against Bosnia, as they're going to take on Congo. And if they beat Congo, they will play Mexico in Mexico City.
Ooh.
So you go from Boston to Atlanta, and then you got to go to Mexico City, and you got to play the host country in Mexico City.
Watching that game last night, if you were the opposing team playing Mexico in Mexico City, that feels like going into Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night.
Yeah, that huge home field advantage. So that will be very
Those
interesting.
fans, they were, woo. I love the spirit. I love the passion.
I wonder if the British folks will enjoy a nice Chick-fil-A sandwich there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium today. God's chicken.
I do wonder how that is for the folks that have never been over here when they come over and they're going through all of this history. Just slowly reliving how their country lost. Just as you walk down.
That's something they focus
There's
on.
another L. We took another L right there. It gets better right here, but unforeseen. Look at that L. A lot of L's. They're hammering.
That's a hammer.
Now they're hammering.
That's a hammer.
We apologize.
We're
we
building
have no idea
something.
what's going on outside, but I guess they didn't get the memo that we are doing a show today.
No, you guys just come on. It's just our midday show.
Yeah, it's not the morning show. It's just the midday show.
I will say I would much rather be in here than out there on the crane. As hot as it is.
You say that, I'm about to bring the little portable fan here in the studio.
Yeah.
It get a little toasty.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing the white. I'm sweating again.
Well,
at least you buy another jersey.
At least you and I are celebrating our country and rooting for our country. Meanwhile, he's sitting in the other room, not wearing anything from the United States.
Come on.
So.
Too much. It's too painful still. It's too close to the event. I need to distance myself.
Okay.
Tonight, though, I will wear my...
If you feel like you're putting the bad juju on the United States, just stay away.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Did you were pulling for them last time when they lost to Turkey, eh?
Yes, I was pulling for the United States.
Well, pull for Bosnia. Gosh.
Okay.
That shouldn't be hard.
Okay.
Brian Edwards will join the show coming up at the bottom of the hour. Wimp Sanderson at 11 o'clock. Ben Portnoy from the Sports Business Journal, 11:30. 12 noon, Michael Bratton, the SEC podcast. So we got a lot to get into. Hope you'll keep it tuned right here to Jocks. This is Three Man Front. It is 10:20 on this July 1st. Man, a lot of famous things happen on this day. I will give you a couple of things happening in college football. First off, South Carolina is now officially a Nike school today. They have left Under Armour, so today they debuted new uniforms, and they look sweet, too. So now they're a Nike school, got a lot of cool gear, kind of like what Auburn did last year, going from Under Armour to Nike. Now South Carolina has left Under Armour. They're an official Nike school. The Pac-12 conference is alive and well with 8 schools now competing in football. They became official at midnight. Louisiana Tech is now a member of the Sun Belt Conference. That went into effect at 12:01 this morning. How about North Dakota State? They're now an FBS school, a member of the Mountain West Conference, and Sacramento State, also now a new member of the FBS. They are a member of the MAC. Got to get used to that. Tuesday nights with Sac State.
It's one more team to bet on, Pat. For some people.
Sure.
That follow that conference and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, right? Who still does that?
Well, we've been talking a lot about how hot it is today already, and that heat and humidity here can be brutal all summer long, and you don't want to let it affect your home and family. So keep them comfortable with an affordable Trane cooling system. Recognized as America's most trusted brand for 12 consecutive years, you can always rely on a Trane. Find a comfort specialist near you today online at Trane.com.
All right, so the World Cup schedule, we kind of gave you a hint. England and Congo, 11 o'clock in Atlanta. Belgium and Senegal, that'll be going on in Seattle at 3 o'clock. And then the nightcap, the big one, 7 o'clock, Bosnia will take on the USA. Last night, the Cardinals knocked off the Braves 5-3. Atlanta continues to struggle offensively. They were 1 of 12 with runners in scoring position. They left 11 runners on base. Cardinals had a 4-run fourth inning, including 2 home runs in the inning. Braves have now scored 3 runs or less in 6 of their last 7 games. Matthew Liberatore, who took them out, I know you talked to Barrett yesterday, you and Conrad did. He had an ERA of over 10 in his last 4 starts. He was the winner last night, which was very odd for me to see. Atlanta has now lost 7 of their last 8, 13 of their last 17. They're now only 2.5 games ahead of Philadelphia, only 1 game ahead of them in the win column. The Phillies have made up 8 games in 5 weeks in the standings. The Phillies also have the most wins in baseball since Don Mattingly took over. They're 39-19. Their playoff chances rose 41% in the month of June. Through the end of May, Atlanta had rolled up 5.3 runs per game. That was 3rd best in the majors. Since that point, the Braves are averaging 3.4 runs per game, which is the worst in Major League Baseball. Back at it tonight, Ronaldo Lopez, 3.47 ERA, goes up against Michael McGreevy, 3.12. That's a 6:15 first pitch here on Jocks.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. It's just bad. And hopefully it gets better, because I don't enjoy watching or listening to them when they're playing losing baseball, and that's what they're doing right now. They couldn't beat anybody. Maybe Conrad and I were having the conversation. Maybe that would be a Game 7 decider between the Yankees and the Braves.
I can't. Normally,
Who would win right now between the Yankees
Braves.
and the Braves?
Braves.
I don't know.
Braves.
Where's the game being played?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for the Yankees.
Does not.
It doesn't matter for the Braves right now. We can't hit. Just save our lives.
We can't hit, we can't pitch, we can't field. We're running into each other and trying to catch pop-ups.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, not only is the Phillies now making a run against Atlanta, don't look now, but the Miami Marlins, who we all thought at the beginning of the year, they would be a team that you need to kind of keep in your rearview mirror. Very good team, a lot of really good pitching. They had the best month of June of any team in Major League Baseball. They went 20-6. They outscored their opponents in the month by 51 runs. Now, keep this in mind. They have the lowest team payroll in Major League Baseball. The Marlins' third highest paid player on their roster is Giancarlo Stanton, who has not played for them since 2017. Now, think about that.
Well, they're getting about as much value out of him as we are. So
the lowest payroll in Major League Baseball, and you just went 20-6 in the month of June, and you outscored your opponents by 51 runs. And now they're right on the cusp of right behind the Phillies that's chasing the Braves.
The Braves are at the point right now where if we continue to play this way, it's not going to matter. We're not going to be talking about a wild card. We're not going to be talking about the extra wild card spot, winning division. It's going to have to turn around quick. I hope it does. And Barrett told us that starting pitching, he thinks that Alex Anthopoulos will do that. But if you don't get the guys in the lineup that, for the most part, were so solid in the first part of the first half of the season, you're not going anywhere.
Well, did Drake Baldwin get a hit last night?
No, Drake Baldwin looks lost.
He hasn't gotten a hit in 2 weeks.
No, he homered in his first at bat. Coming back, he goes 473 feet.
There's
over
like one
dead
for
center
31
field,
or 138, something
and he
like that.
hasn't gotten a hit since. Austin Riley is hitting around 200. That's been pretty much all season. Ozzie has been good. Olsen has been stuck on 20 homers, it seems like, for a while. Michael Harris, he's been great. Acuna's hurt again. Dubon's been good.
So what does Barrett say that the team's going to do?
He doesn't know. He does think that Alex Anthopoulos will absolutely make a move. And he said the thing that concerns him about this Braves team, as he's seen it for the past now 2.5 seasons, is when they start getting into these ruts, especially at the plate, or he's talking about at the plate, then they start pressing. And it is really, really tough for them to come out of these ruts because they press so much. So I wish there was a better outlook, but no, we've been paling out water, and that boat is sinking fast.
Well, if there was ever an opportunity, and baseball's a great sport. I mean, you can look like hammered, you know what,
sure,
one day, and the next day, I mean, you were one win away from getting a win streak going.
Yeah,
I mean, that's Major League Baseball for you.
I go back to 21, right? That's when we made our title run in the second half of the season, and we were great. But I don't like the signs that I'm seeing from this team right now.
But I can tell you this, because obviously the team that I watch every single game, every single moment, and for the Braves not to do what they did not do last night against Matthew Liberatore, that was shocking.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir. We went out and looked like hammered, you know what, against the San Francisco Giants. We couldn't score runs against the Giants.
I mean, you couldn't even beat Miles Michaelis like 3 weeks ago.
We couldn't score runs against the White Sox. We couldn't score runs against, you just go through the list. It doesn't matter right now who we're playing.
Well, the good news, not good news, not for Braves fans, but the White Sox are really good. I mean, the White Sox are like pasting everybody. I mean, they beat the crap out of Baltimore last night. I mean, they're a good baseball team. So the Braves will see what they could do tonight in game 2 of the 3-game series, because listen, you win the next 2 games and then you got the Mets coming in. I mean, by Monday we could be, this issue.
There's another team. We couldn't score runs against the Mets.
Well,
it's just okay. Well, go try again, guys. Hope you all get your game checks.
Oh, they will. They will.
And next season, when we're looking at all of the highlights of your former games because you're not playing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We all better enjoy, whether your team's winning or losing, better enjoy
Joseph
it all.
tells us that Drake got a hit last night.
Oh, you know what he did? He threw the bat out, and it was a duck snort to left field. He absolutely did.
Okay, well, you just need to see one go in.
At that point, I think I was
Absolutely
leveling spots in the yard.
Yes, he absolutely did. But before that, Matthew Liberatore made him look stupid. Absolutely stupid.
I had the game on in my ear. I was listening to the call in my ear, and I was out in the yard. And then it quickly went over to music after that inning. Like, yep, here we go again. This is not the night that we turn it around. So much fun. The text line is open, 205-834-9450. You can text into the show any single time. We got a loaded up show. A lot to talk about, not only the World Cup, but other things going on. We'll get to it. Three-man front here on this Wednesday. 10:32 Wednesday here on Three-Man Front. World Cup coming up tonight. United States versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. United States trying to advance past this round of 32. Something they have not done too many times in their unillustrious history. Is that a word? Unillustrious? Inillustrious? Unillustrious. Let's go with that. How about our friends at Noto Roofing? That's who we went with at the Roberts house to protect our home. We got the free home inspection they offer to all Jocks listeners. And when Chris came out with Noto Roofing, he walked the roof. He found hail damage. We got with the insurance company, got with the claims adjuster. Bottom line, I got new decking. So they replaced all the wood there on the roof that goes underneath the shingles and all that other good stuff. Then we got the black onyx roof. It looks great. The counter flashing, ridge vents added, energy savings, all of that good stuff. They did everything they said they were going to do. This is a locally owned and operated company, Noto Roofing. Sammy and Matt Noto. Give them a call today, 205-848-2299. 205-848-2299 or NOTO. That's Noto, NOTOroofing.com. Always tell them Landrum from Jock sent you.
We've been getting some text messages this morning. I know many folks are already getting off work. They're heading south. Matter of fact, we got some of our SEC brethren around the conference. They've got fans of their local shows heading to Florida. Got some text messages a couple minutes ago saying that Jocks is a must listen to, even if those that are not in the Alabama listening audience, typically going down to wonderful Santa Rosa Beach, Destin, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, whatever the case may be. You have an opportunity to download the Jocks 94.5 app. Take us along wherever you go. So let's go to the beach now. Let's talk to Brian Edwards from Vegas Insider, MajorWager.com. I'm sure you love this time of the year when all these people start flooding your lovely part of the world.
Yes and no. Yes, the increased eye candy is awesome. The traffic and getting into restaurants kind of stinks.
Wait a second. Wait, you just said the increased
Did you
eye
say
candy? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you say candy a lot on the show.
Candy.
Eye candy.
Eye candy.
Because what did
Okay.
he tell us, Conrad, when he came?
I mean, it's the ass candy conference.
That was it.
Oh, there it is.
That's a different kind of candy.
Yeah.
Eye candy versus
The ass candy.
yes.
Yeah.
No, ACC football, yeah.
Is it crazy yet down there? I've been down there multiple times for 4th of July.
The traffic's been pretty bad for a few weeks. But, I haven't, been out on the town. I might go watch the soccer game somewhere tonight, and I'll have a better idea. But I don't know if I've noticed increased traffic this week. It's just stuff.
It's so hot down there, and if you're living down there, and I've lived down there, not for an extensive amount of time. I used to live. No, I would live with my dad lived there in Santa Rosa, and I would go down for the summer a lot of times. But just walking outside sometimes, it's terrible. On a regular day, how often are you walking outside of your house?
Well, if you go walk on the beach, you get a nice breeze. I actually have my sister's dog right now because she's in Europe for 2 weeks, so I've actually been walking a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
How is she doing over there with the heat?
My sister lives in Tallahassee, so that's not much of a difference, I don't think.
Yeah, she's kind of used to it. A lot of people on Monday, they were throwing a lot of shade your way. I don't know if your ears were burning, but a lot of people at Social Taco, they were talking bad about you, Brian, on Monday.
Why? Does this have anything to do with Conrad?
Well, yeah, the reason why is because you set the line at minus 280 for Hastings, and it ended up being
minus 500.
It should have been minus 500, and people were just very, very disappointed.
It should have been off the board.
Yeah, it probably should have been. To be honest with you, it was that bad.
Well, I thought y'all were stunned at my initial number in that it was so expensive that it should have been even more expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was very
How'd that go,
impressed that you
Conrad?
had
Not
him
so
as a
good?
sizable
Yeah.
favorite.
I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was.
Help slap.
Yeah. I mean, it was over early.
Hastings reveals to us at the end of the trivia that his dad is a history teacher. Did you know that?
Oh.
Did you have that inside
No,
information?
I did not.
No, he did not have that.
I did not. I would have had him minus 700.
Oh,
Minus
well,
700.
I would have too.
Oh, wow. That is good stuff. Well, never know when we might have a rematch of some kind. But,
I don't know. Might be done.
are you retiring?
I might be done.
Okay. You heard it here first. It's disappointing.
It is. We'll find something you're good at.
Yeah, good luck with that.
We've tried a lot of things, and it's
We'll find something.
not worked yet.
All right, let's talk some college football. Let's talk some win totals. We spent a lot of time talking about the SEC over the last couple of weeks. I want to dive into the Big Ten because I know most preseason magazines they've got Ohio State, they got Oregon. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think BetMGM, I think they have the win total of 10.5 for Oregon and maybe 9.5 for Ohio State. You got a feeling on either of those two teams, Oregon and Ohio State?
So I'm trying to get to FanDuel's win totals here, and I got them right here. All right, let's see here. So for Oregon, we have 10.5 shaded to the under minus 140.
Okay.
For Ohio State, we have 9.5 shaded to the over minus 164. So look, I think Ohio State's schedule is tough. I've got them losing at Texas, but that's a pick 'em at DraftKings and FanDuel. I think FanDuel actually has Texas minus 1.5, but it cheap juice and like minus 125 on the money line. But DraftKings has it pick 'em. I've got them losing at Texas, like I said. At Iowa could always be tricky, but too much athleticism for Ohio State. They get past that one. But then at Indiana, that's a swing game. And then at USC, but Ohio State has 2 weeks to prepare, and USC is at Wisconsin across the country the week before. But I still have that as a swing game. And then Oregon at home, where DraftKings has Ohio State favored by 6. I kind of like Oregon plus 6 there. Oregon 2-0 against the spread as a road underdog under Lanning with one outright win. So I've got Ohio State 8-1 with 3 swing games. I'll give them 2-1 on the swing games, so 10-2. So, but the minus 164 price on the over 9.5 at FanDuel, don't want to lay minus 164. As for Oregon, so we said 10.5 under minus 140. I see them 10-0 with 2 swing games. Swing game being at USC, where DraftKings has them minus 5.5, and at Ohio State being the swing game where they're plus 6, like I said. One that could be a little tricky. I mean, I doubt it though. And with all the travel spots that we, wondered about with the Western teams coming in the Big Ten, I think Oregon's undefeated in all those travel spots. Let's see. Yeah, so they have not lost any of those travel spots to the East. Let's see. So they won at Purdue and covered in 24, won at Michigan and covered, won at Wisconsin, didn't cover. That was years ago. And then won at Northwestern, didn't cover on a crazy backdoor last year. Won at Penn State, won at Rutgers, won at Iowa, but didn't cover at Iowa. So what's that, 7-0 on trips to the East?
Yeah.
I think they'll survive the Illinois one. And then the 2 swing games, I'll call that a split. So over 10.5 gets you plus 114. Lean to the over on Oregon.
All right, you just mentioned Penn State. You got Matt Campbell taking over. A lot of Iowa State players coming with him. Where is that number according to you, and how do you see it falling?
Okay, FanDuel's got Penn State 8.5 over minus 150, under plus 124. So they had the number 34 overall recruiting class, but the number 4 transfer specific. They got 53 commits, 13 4-stars, 38 transfers, 23 from Iowa State, 8 are 4-star. transfers. I mean, I like Rocco Beck at quarterback, 64-27 TD INT ratio for his career. I marked him 6-2 with 4 swing games. I've got him losing at Michigan when Michigan has 2 weeks to prepare, and Penn State's playing its 7th game in 7 weeks. I've got him losing at Washington, and then the swing games I have at Northwestern, USC at home, Minnesota at home, and at Maryland. I think they win, I think they win Minnesota at home. Oh, the USC one's a legit toss-up. And I could see them getting clipped at Northwestern or at Maryland. So I'll call that 1-1. So that would be 8-3 with that really legit swing game being USC at home. So, yeah, I think it's a good number.
All right, so you said that's 8.5, right, for Penn State?
Correct.
All right. What about Michigan? New coach, Kyle Whittingham. A lot of us respect Kyle, one of the best coaches in all of college football. Comes to Ann Arbor. I think their win total is 8.5. Could be wrong there. About the same as Penn State. What about the Wolverines this year one under Whittingham?
Yeah, 8.5. Shaded to the under -164. The overs +134. Major upgrade in the head coaching department. You would think Bryce Underwood would have a, nice jump, going, into his sophomore year. I marked him 6-2 with 4 swing games. I've got him losing at Ohio State and losing at Oregon. I've got the swing games being Oklahoma at home, where at last look they're a 2.5-point favorite. Iowa at home, at Minnesota, and Indiana at home on the swing game. So I think they're going to beat Oklahoma. So I'll give them a win there. I'll give them a win at home to Iowa. I'm going to give them a loss at home to Indiana. And at Minnesota, I'll say they get clipped there. So 2-2. I've got them going 8-4. And, yeah, we said the win total was 8.5. But unders -164. Don't want to lay that price. So sorry to be fence sitter, but that's a pass for me.
Okay. No, we're good. We continue to be joined by our buddy Brian Edwards. He's our Vegas insider, joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. I like to go with these lower totals, especially with new coach, because it seems like you can take advantage of those more often than not. Michigan State, you got Pat Fitzgerald out of coaching after what happened there at Northwestern, but he is there at Sparty. Where do you have Michigan State? Because I feel like I kind of want to go over if the total is right.
So I marked them 2-6 with 4 swing games. That quarterback, Milvoje, I don't know how you pronounce it. He played pretty good late last year. 10-3 TD-INT ratio. They got the number 50 overall recruiting class, number 55 transfer specific, 5 4-stars. They got 29 transfers coming in, but I don't think they're going to be very good. I got them 2-6 with 4 swing games. I've got them winning the first 2. I've got the swing games being Nebraska at home, at Wisconsin, Illinois at home, and Northwestern at home. I'll say they beat Northwestern at home. I'm going to say they lose to Illinois. I'll say they lose at Wisconsin. Nebraska. I'm going to say they lose that one, too. I got them going 3-9. I don't think Pat Fitzgerald is much of a coaching upgrade. I don't think he is at all, actually. I liked him there for a while at Northwestern. I turned on him when I bet on them against Kentucky in the bowl game, and he had his all-time leading rusher, and on 2 4th and shorts, he didn't give them the ball, and they got stopped both times. One time at like their own 30. And I've been out on him ever since.
All right, before we let you go, I want to ask you about one other Big Ten team, and it's one of our listener favorites. It's Brett Bielema and his Fighting Illini. They actually opened the season against UAB at home. When you look at their win totals for 2026, what do you see? And just kind of looking at that Illini schedule, how good are they going to be?
So 7.5 at FanDuel, under -184. Wow, that's a huge price on the under. +148 to the over. Look, I like Hauser, the transfer quarterback. He was really good at East Carolina the last few years. In fact, 5,306 passing yards the last 2 years, 37 touchdowns. So I don't think it's going to be much of a downgrade. QB-wise. They've got their top 3 running backs back. They've got 2 of their top 3 receivers back. Only 4 starters back on defense. I marked them 5-2 with 5 swing games. I've got them losing Oregon at home, even though they do have 2 weeks to prepare for that one. Where's my other? At Ohio State, obviously. And then I've got the swing games at Sparty, at Maryland, when Maryland has 2 weeks to prepare, and Illinois is coming off hosting Oregon, at UCLA. I think UCLA is going to be much, much better. Maybe we talk about them next week. And then Iowa at home and at Northwestern is swing games. And I said the total's 7.5. Okay, the swing games. Oh, man. I'm going to say they go 3-2 in the swing games. So that would get them to 8. That would get them over. And over's plus 148. So lean to the over.
Okay. Very good stuff out of the Big Ten. Brian, always appreciate your time. Hopefully not too many tourists will just absolutely make your life miserable over the next week or so. But
they'll get you a football preseason magazine. They're from the Publix.
Man, I've got all of them. They're right in front of me.
You got sporting news?
I got the NFL sporting news the other night because I haven't seen the Athlon sporting news, and I looked at it, and they've got at least a 2-deep depth chart, which Lindy's doesn't. So I can mark.
I'm just trying to help you out. Time of the morning. You mentioned eye candy. I think this would be a good time for you to make a Publix run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Trying to help your brother out.
You were thinking ahead of me, man. I wasn't following you, bro.
All right, Brian. Enjoy the 4th of July holidays. We'll catch up with you again next Wednesday.
Landon, that's a good point, man. There's always good eye candy at Publix. So have a great weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, produce section. That's where you need to go.
I'm trying to help my single brothers out.
Yep, no doubt. He joined us on the Higginbotham hotline. Higginbotham is your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services. Top of the hour, Wimp Sanderson, a special Wednesday edition. He will join us at the top of the hour here on Jock. It is 10:53. Coach Wimp Sanderson will join the program coming up at the top of the hour. Appreciate Brian Edwards, Vegas Insider, MajorWager.com, joining us here on this Wednesday. We'll be here tomorrow. We'll not be here on Friday. All of us will be back together. Molly will be back in studio on Monday. Some big NBA news, Conrad, just came out a couple minutes ago. A lot of moving and shaking going on in the free agent world, and a former Auburn basketball player is getting a big deal out west.
Yeah, no kidding, Pat. So the Los Angeles Lakers, a day after the announcement that LeBron James was going in a different direction and will not return to the Lakers, they have made a trade for Walker Kessler, the Utah Jazz center. So the Lakers are sending Utah first-round picks in 2031 and 2033, as well as first-round pick swaps in 28 and 30. In addition to the trade for Walker Kessler, the Lakers are signing him to a 4-year, $130 million deal. So that averages out to about $32.5 million per year. If you haven't been keeping up, he averaged about 14.5 points and 11 rebounds a game last year for the Jazz. So he has certainly lived up to the billing as a first-round pick there in Utah. And now you've got big money tied to Luka, Austin Reeves, and Kessler.
If Yellowwood doesn't step up to the plate, then Auburn's jersey patch could just be Walker Kessler.
Walker. Just says Walker.
Yep. Yeah, that's but yeah, awesome for him. That's very cool. He was a great player at Auburn. We enjoyed watching him and covering him.
Seemed like a really good dude.
Yeah, very cool to see him take that next step. And that's
he just always made me so nervous running up and down the court, like running on stilts.
Yeah, he's a big body, so the taxes will hit a little different. But other than that,
I'm glad you brought it up. I wasn't going to be the first to do it. That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, anytime somebody signs a big deal in a state like California, that's the first place I go. But
yeah, enjoy the traffic, the smog, and the taxes.
So this morning there were some new odds for where LeBron James is going to play. Now the Cleveland Cavs are the number one team according to the people in Las Vegas, minus 150 for him to be a Cleveland Cavalier, followed by Golden State, Miami, San Antonio has now entered into the conversation according to the folks in Vegas.
Well, if you're chasing that ring, I think I'd be going to San Antonio.
Yeah, not Cleveland or Miami.
If you're going back to Cleveland, just hang it up.
See, that is one team I think LeBron could help, San Antonio. Yeah, but circle of life, go back to Cleveland. For
the third time.
For the third time.
Come on, man.
Is he going to have like a special show like he did before?
I hope not. That was awful. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, I'd rather him keep playing basketball. If that's my option.
Is his boy going to be back with the Lakers?
Yeah,
his
contract got guaranteed 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
He's only making $2 million, Pat. So it's like $20 in California.
Yeah. Tank of gas.